Okay, welcome to another MECH 1000 video. We're in Chapter 8 of the textbook, and Chapter 8 teaches us a lot of new commands. So let's get started. The first new command taught in Chapter 8 is the Polygon command. So it's located on the Draw toolbar. It's actually located underneath the Rectangle command. So let me draw a rectangle here real quick, just so I can delete it. So when you look at the Draw, the Draw toolbar, you're probably seeing the Rectangle command right here. And if you click the little pull down next to it, you can see the Polygon command. So if we start the Polygon command, you'll see if you look at the command line, the first thing it asks for is the number of sides. So we could make 4 sides to make a quadrilateral, 5 for pentagon, 6 for hexagon, 8 for an octagon, and so on. Hexagons are somewhat common polygons, so I'll go with 6. And then it asks us to specify the center of that polygon, so I'll just choose a random point here. And then it asks, do you want this polygon to be inscribed or circumscribed? So let me first do inscribed. I'll select I, and I'll specify my radius of the polygon as, let's go with 2. So what that means is if I make another circle, or a circle that has the same center and has a radius of 2, you can see that the polygon fits inside the circle. So that is what it looks like when the hexagon is inscribed in a circle with radius 2. So if I chose to make another polygon and I make another hexagon, let's try that again. There we go. That started the command. Select 6 as my number of sides. Select the center. And this time choose C for circumscribed. And I choose a radius of 2. Now you can see how the polygon is just to the outside of the circle. The circle is actually on the inside of the polygon. So that's the difference between an inscribed polygon like that one and a circumscribed polygon like that one. So you can make polygons of all different numbers of sides, all different shapes, but hexagons are probably the most commonly used in our mechanical drawings because you might have something that's made from hex stock, or you might have a hex head bolt, and you might need to make that hexagon like so. And you notice it measures to the flat side of the polygon, so you can change the orientation of the polygon, like the hexagon. Do I want the flat sides vertical or horizontal, or at some other angle, by moving your cursor and then specifying the size. Okay, let's move on from polygons. I think we can do a couple different commands per video because there's a lot of them and they don't take very long. The next item on the list is donuts. So you can make a donut on the Draw toolbar. If you actually click where it says Draw, it pulls it down to give you some additional drawing options. One of which here is a donut. So you can create a donut. It asks you to specify the inside diameter. I'll just select the default value of 0.5. And the outside diameter, I'll select the default value of 1. And you can make these donut shapes. So these may not come up often, but occasionally you might use donuts in a drawing, maybe for a circuit board or any kind of circular feature that gets repeated. When I worked as a structural engineer, using AutoCAD, we would frequently use donuts with an inside diameter of 0. So when it asks for the inside diameter, you can select 0, and an outside diameter of, I don't know, let's say 0.5. We would use these solid donuts to represent rebar in a concrete foundation section. So half-inch diameter donut, that would be a number 8 rebar. So they are used occasionally, maybe not one of the most frequently used commands, but it is available there. And right now you can see they're completely filled in solid, but you can adjust that by typing in fill and hit enter. And the fill mode is a toggle that can be turned on or off. Currently it's on. If I want it to be off, I can either click in the command line or type off. And what you may need to do is regenerate the drawing by typing Regen and hit enter. And now, instead of being filled in solid, our donuts, whether they have a hole in the middle or they're solid, are filled in with lines rather than a solid fill. So maybe if you're printing something and you want to conserve the ink or toner, you don't want that to be solid black, you can turn the fill mode off so that it gets filled in with these lines instead of a solid fill. But usually on our screens we like for the fill mode to be on, since we're not worried about printing, and then you have to regenerate the drawing by typing Regen. The Regen command also, as a side note here, can be used if you have a circle and you zoom way out and way in and like way out and way in. Of course, now it's not going to do this for me, but occasionally, actually AutoCAD may have improved upon this. This used to be an issue in the past. Well, here actually, I had it for a second there with my donuts. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get these round features that should, there, like you see my donuts right there, they should be round, and they're not looking very round, are they? They're actually looking like an octagon. They're looking like octagons. And so this is something that will occasionally happen. It tends to happen when you do a lot of zooming in and out. And if you can't get it to go away on its own just by zooming in and out, you can always regenerate the view. Type Regen, enter, and then that smooths out the curve and makes it look more like a circle. AutoCAD actually doesn't make any perfect circles. Even this, made with the circle command, it looks like a circle, but it's actually a multi-sided polygon. So many sides that it looks like a circle. So if you zoom way in on a circle, you might notice that it's actually kind of made up of short little tiny line segments. It's not a perfectly smooth curve. And so if your circles ever start looking like polygons, type Regen in order to regenerate the view, and those circles will look more like circles. Okay, I think that might be a good place to stop for now, and I'll start talking about polylines in the next video.